Skyrim is a game that we all know and love. Released all the way back in 2010, the game has been played by millions all over the world, and it's one of the most popular RPGs of all time. One of the key reasons for the game's success has to be its open world. I think Skyrim is Bethesda's best open world, maybe even one of the best in all of gaming. Every single region has its own distinct feeling, and they stand out from each other really well. This uniqueness also carries over to the cities in the game. Each of the 9 hold capitals all have their own pros and cons, but there's always been one that stood out from the others. One that reigns supreme as the best city in Skyrim. This city is Whiterun. Whiterun might be the best city Bethesda have ever made. It's iconic, has great lore, and has almost everything a player would need. To understand just how great it is, let's take a closer look at it. Most players will first make their way to Whiterun from the south by way of Riverwood. The first time you see the city, it makes a perfect first impression. Seemingly miles of vast, sprawling plains broken up by the city towering far above it. Even from this far away, you can still make out every detail carved into Dragon's Reach. Well, unless you're on PlayStation 3, then it probably looks like this. Each step closer you take, the city only grows larger, until you're finally standing in its great shadow. When you finally step through the city gates, you're greeted to this. This is so beautiful I could cry. Whiterun is separated into 3 different districts: the Plain District, the Wind District, and the Cloud District. Each of these 3 districts stand out from each other and offer unique services and amenities. The Plains District is the first of these you'll encounter when you first enter the city. This area serves as a market district, with the majority of the city's shops being located here. Immediately to your right when you walk in is a blacksmith, Adrian of Vinci, along with all the related crafting stations. Smithing is something you'll be doing a ton in the game, so it's super useful to have this so close to the main gates. It also helps that she spends most of her time outside, so you don't even have to enter a new load zone to buy and sell materials. She may not claim to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun, but she's alright in my book. Exploring a bit more, we find that the Plains District is home to 2 taverns, the Bannered Mare and the Drunken Huntsman. Now we don't talk about the Drunken Huntsman for reasons, but the Bannered Mare is one of, if not the best taverns in all of Skyrim. Located right outside the Bannered Mare is the heart of Whiterun, the marketplace. We have Belethor's General Goods, a general store ran by the most unhinged motherfucker in the game.
Everything's for sale, my friend. Everything. If I had a sister, I'd sell her in a second.
Look, Pim, I know it's our job to help this guy and everything, but I think this guy's a lost cause.
We also have an alchemist, a jeweler, and 2 food merchants here. In such a small, compact area, you have almost every merchant you'd ever need. This makes Whiterun one of the best places in all of Skyrim to load off on some gear. That pretty much sums up the Plains District. Let's move on to the Wind District. Unlike the Plains District, the Wind District is almost all residential. Arguably the centerpiece of the district is the Gilder Green, a huge tree planted right in the middle of the city. This small area just gives off such cool, relaxing vibes. Like, I can imagine me and my girlfriend hanging out here. We also have Joravaskr, home of the Companions. Now, as far as Skyrim factions go, the Companions are definitely one of them. But Joravaskr is a pretty cool place. It even comes with its own forge. The Skyforge is home to the second blacksmith in the game, Yorlin Greymane. Here, you can craft a unique weapon type that can only be made here, Skyforged Steel. Now in reality, it's just okay, but it's still the only place in the whole game where you can get it. The Temple of Kinnereth and Hall of the Dead also call the Wind District home, but everything else here is just NPC housing, which is cool and all that, but I'm sure most of you would rather sit and watch paint dry instead of me spending 5 minutes talking about Heinzker's house. The third and final district of Whiterun is the Cloud District. Now I've heard that most don't get here very often, and if true, that's a shame, because the Cloud District is home to Dragon's Reach, home of the Jarl of Whiterun. Dragon's Reach got its name for originally being a prison for the dragon Numenix. King Olaf constructed Dragon's Reach so he could keep Numenix as a pet, or a prisoner, it kind of depends on who you ask. Eventually Numenix died, so now his head rests above the Jarl's throne. Yeah, in case you haven't noticed, Elder Scrolls lore is batshit insane. The Jarl of Whiterun is Balgruuf the Greater, possibly the biggest Chad in the whole entire series, even if his kids suck.
Another wanderer, here to lick my father's boots. Good job.
This place makes Solitude's Blue Palace look like the average New Vegas fan's bedroom. I love Whiterun so much. It's one of the best cities in all of gaming. I just wish there was a way, any way at all, that I could just visit it.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.